Hello everyone. Well, we've got BBL returning in exactly 1 month's time at the time of recording, and today I'm going to go through my first team preview, which will be the premiers from last year, the Hobart Hurricanes, which are going to be a very relevant side at the start of the year, well, maybe through the whole season, but yeah, we'll go look through as many relevant players as we can. But first, before we get through that, join my open league. Code is 852371, and also join the Podmasters versus Public, which is 637-845, and the winner in that comp gets a Supercoach ring. So yeah, that'd be pretty fun. Alright, but first, before we look at the players, let's have a look at the all-important fixtures of the Hobart Hurricanes. So we've got the Hobart Hurricanes on the double round 1, and single round 2, another double round 3. So that's 5 games in 3 rounds. So yeah, we should pick quite a few of these players. I think the sweet spot's probably around about 5-6, because remember, we've also got the Sydney Sixers on the double there. Yeah, so yeah, probably pick more Hurricanes players than Sydney Sixers, I would say. And then we got single, then they got a bye round 6. So yeah, we've got plenty of time here to offload some of our Hobart Hurricanes. But then we've got another double. So 3 doubles for the year for Hobart. And then we got another single, and they've got a bye to finish off. So yeah, you need to get rid of all your Hurricanes players, yeah, before that bye. All right, so that is the schedule. Yeah, so let's get into some players now. All right, starting off with the wicketkeeper batsman, we've got 2 options here. We've got Matthew Wade, the first one, who is priced at 94.9k. He only averaged 36 last season. Yeah, I think he was managed a little bit during last year. I think he had some back issues. Yeah, so with 5 games in 3 rounds, I'm thinking, is he going to be managed at all? I'm not quite sure. But yeah, if I was going to go with one of these guys, I would probably go with Ben McDermott, who is actually currently on my side. So for Matthew Wade, I'm just going to put it as a pass for now. Okay, so, and I just wonder who's actually going to take the gloves. Will it be Wade? Will it be McDermott? Well, we probably won't know till team sheets get put through, 45 minutes before their first game. So next we've got Ben McDermott, who's priced at 79.5k. I believe he was a pretty popular pick last year because he was so cheap. But yeah, he only averaged 30 last year. But he's a guy who you could put, obviously, as your wicketkeeper 1 or wicketkeeper 2, or you could even stash him on your batting lineup, just so you have sort of that swing. He'll be a very popular pick as well. He's in my side at the moment. Will he stay in there? I'm not quite sure, because there's another keeper that's pretty relevant that's on the first round double. So yeah, for now I'm going to not comment, but consider, or actually I should say, highly consider starting in your side. Alright, so yeah, so that's the wicketkeepers. Also, it would be interesting to see what the Hobart Hurricanes batting lineup is actually going to be, because there might be some players unavailable, which, yeah, will Wade open, McDermott at 3, not quite sure, but yeah, we'll find out when they name their first team, obviously. Alright, next up we've got the bat-onlys, which I try to stay away from, but yeah, we'll go through some names here anyway. We've got Tim David, who's been in some pretty good form for Australia. He's gotten a few runs, very dangerous player. He's a guy that comes in usually 5, 6, usually bats like the last 5 overs or so, or unless they lose a few early wickets. But it's a very dangerous player. He could score you 0, he could score you like 100, but yeah. But like I said with batsmen, it only takes like 1 good ball at the start of their innings and you got a 0. So that's why I try to tend to stay away from them. But yeah, Tim David, he is quite a high quality player. And he's one that I reckon will be in some people's sights. 123k, so he's a bit more expensive than he has been in previous years. He actually can occasionally roll the arm over as well, so you might be able to snag a cheap wicket or so. All right, so with Tim David, I think I will. I'll consider him. Like, it's not going to be a straight out pass. All right. Next, we've got Mac Wright. So, Mac Wright, does he get a game? 117.5k. A lot to pay for someone, that you're not sure who's going to get a game. Yeah, it doesn't have an average from last year because he didn't play. But yeah, with the few guys like, your Jake Weatheralds, your Bo Websters, in the Australian squad, does he get a game? Could he come in for one of those guys? But yeah, I think I'd pay a little bit more for Tim David, or maybe even put a Ben McDermott in my batting lineup over Mac Wright. So I think for Mac Wright, I think it's going to be a pass for me. All right, next up, we've got Jake Weatherald. Well, he's in the test squad. Will he be playing? Not sure. We'll find out in a week's time when the Ashes actually start. All right, so yeah, he only averaged 22 last year. He's obviously come across from the Adelaide Strikers. He's one, if he does actually play, which I don't think he will, I'm just going to treat this as, he's not going to be unavailable. So if he was playing, I would definitely consider. But yeah, I think he's going to be in the test squad, so I'm just going to put unavailable. All right, so that is the batsman done. All right, next. All right, now we move on to the bowlers. Whoa, what the hell was that? Okay, no idea what that was. All right, so yeah, quite a few relevant players here. We've got Nathan Ellis, so yeah, he's priced at 153.9k, average of 58.4, which is quite good. Yeah, he's a guy that you must consider. Actually, I'm going to go higher than consider. I'm going to go with lock. All right, not me lock, but a lock into our side. Yeah, he'll bowl power play overs, and he'll bowl at the death as well. So yeah, he'll hopefully get us a few cheap late wickets. Yeah, and bats at like 9, 10, 11, can actually score a few quick runs. I've seen him do as well. So yeah, we're picking him for his bowling though. All right, so yeah, he's a lock, Nathan Ellis, just easy. All right, Riley Meredith, 130.2k. Now, one that I am considering, he'll open the bowling. Yeah, he's one that I'm definitely considering. He'll be, obviously he'll be in the side. Yeah, so he is one. We'll just watch him over the preseason. He should open the bowling and maybe a power play over. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's one that definitely comes into consideration for me if I want another Hobart Hurricane bowler. Like I said, probably looking at about 5 or 6 or so. Next, we've got Chris Jordan. Now, he's another one that will bowl at the death. He can, I think he scored a 50 or something. Was it last year or year before? Can't remember. Well, with an average of 40, I would say it was the year before. He's quite cheap as well for 105k. So if I had to choose between, say, a Riley Meredith and Chris Jordan, well, I'm going to go with Chris Jordan. All right, so Chris Jordan, I think he's a lock as well. All right, he'll be a very popular player. All right, next we've got Billy Stanlake. So he's a bowler, whether he gets a game or not. So will they play with 4 paces? They've got a few spinners in the side as well. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. Does he get a game? If he doesn't get a game, does he get a game? He could be in another side, maybe. But as a cheap option, or cheap-ish option, on 5 games in 3 rounds. Could you pick him just as a cheapie just to make a little bit of cash? Well, I think there's better options out there. But I'm not going to completely rule him out. So, yeah, I'm going to consider. All right. So, yeah, but probably not. Actually, I'll just write consider / pass. Alright, next we've got the big boys, the all-rounders. Alright, there's a few players here. We've got Mitch Owen, who had an absolutely ripper tournament last year. Priced at 192.8k. For good reason. He averaged 73.1. He'll open the batting. He'll bowl a few overs. Not sure if he gets the full 3 that we need, or 4, or at least 3 to get the economy rate bonus. But he'll open the batting. He'll bowl at least a couple of overs. And he fields in good positions. He fields in the deep and can take some catches. You get some bonus points there. All right. So, I just definitely think, he's an absolute lock. All right. So, geez, there's a lot of players I'm locking and considering. Well, obviously, because they're on the double for round 1 and round 3. All right. Bo Webster, come across from the Melbourne Stars. 132.2k, average 50.1 last year. I think he came towards the end, because he was in the test team, that's right. And, will he be with the test squad, even if he's not selected to play in the Ashes? I would say so, considering, you got Sean Abbott, there's a couple of injuries in the Australian squad. So I am going to treat him as unavailable. All right, but he could come back at the tail end of the season. All right, unavailable. Don't even think I spelled that right. Anyway, Nikhil Chowdhury, 126.9k. He was a great rookie for us a couple of years back. He averaged 48.1 last year. Can he maintain that average from last year? Because, got a couple of spinners in Rehan Ahmed and Rishad Hussain. So does that take overs away from Nikhil Chowdhury? If they're both playing. So I'm not quite sure about Nikhil Chowdhury. I think I had him in my side in my first video for this year. But just not sure what his role is going to be. Is he basically going to be a bat at 6 and maybe bowl 1, maybe 2 overs? I'm not quite sure if that's enough. But still, I'm going to put him in consider. Okay, so just keep an eye out on team sheets. If Rehan Ahmed and Rishad Hussain are both named, I'll probably pass. But, just want to keep an eye out on. All right, we've got Rehan Ahmed, English from 117.5k. Didn't play last year, but this guy is. Let's have a look here. Well, Rehan Ahmed is a bowling all-rounder. So, he what is he? Is he leg spinner, and he should get hopefully at least 3 overs. I should get a full allotment of 4 overs. And just looking at some of his stats, he's actually batted in the 100 comp in England. He's batted as high as 3. So he might he should bat quite, or hopefully he bats higher in the order, maybe like 6, 7, hopefully with that. We're just going to have to look at the batting lineup. But capable with the bat and with the ball as well. So, so he is one that I'm going to be highly considering. Because that's what we want. Those guys are like gold. Guys that, will have a higher chance of batting, and bowling the 4 overs. And same goes for Rishad Hussain. So Rishad Hussain, he's a 23-year-old all-rounder from Bangladesh. Well, I think I just said that. He's another leg spinner. I've looked at some of his T20Is for Bangladesh against the West Indies, and he was batting from anywhere between 5 and 9. So between these two, like Rehan Ahmed and Rishad Hussain, could you pick both of them or just pick one? Probably if I had to pick one, it would be whoever I see listed as higher in the order. So these are the guys we want. We want these all-rounders that will do both batting and bowling. So they should both get their overs, but whoever bats higher obviously is going to have a more chance to score some runs, therefore giving us more Supercoach points with the bat as well. So yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on team sheets for those two. I might even just pick them both. All right, so yeah. Anyone that I've missed, let me know. And let me know who you're picking. All right. Are there any guys that I've just he's no good. That's, I should consider. Let me know. And thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. All right, see you. Bye.